Well, I grew up about an hour north of the city. I went to school upstate for about a year and a half, and then came down and finished school here.
What made you pick New York to live?
It seemed at the time to be the best place to start a music career, which I don't know if that's necessarily the case, because I think it's probably the hardest place to start a music career. So it just kind of seemed like a natural move. There's a big, a lot of the industry does live here, and there's also a gazillion great bands and great places to play. But it's also a very competitive city and a very competitive music scene. But I think also like some amazing bands come out of here. It kind of forces people to work very hard. Because,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you don't, you're only putting yourself at a disadvantage, I think. I kind of didn't know what to expect when I moved to Brooklyn, because I was living in New York originally, and it didn't take me long to realize that I mean, in a weird way, the music isn't happening in New York, because none of the bands actually live there, because no one can afford to live there.
Right.
Also, as Williamsburg becomes a much more expensive place to live, bands are moving further out, so they're moving to either like Bed-Stuy or Bushwick or Greenpoint and Park Slope. So I think the bands tend to concentrate in like a rough area around Williamsburg, but it's not all located there. And the Antlers really started when I moved here, and it was still a solo thing for a while. After I finished In the Attic, the Universe, and put it out, because I had been playing solo shows in the city for about a year at that point, but I was just I was sick of playing music solo, and I just wanted to like start playing with people, because I just have more fun doing that, and I think it made more sense with the music that I was starting to make. So now we're just a three-piece, and it's just Michael, Darby, and I. I mean, the way it's worked has been a little strange, because I started this as a solo project, and all of the albums up until the newest one, Hospice, they were like, I recorded everything myself. Then for Hospice, I started it before when the band was just getting together, but we were still feeling each other out, and lineup was changing a little bit. So I was working on this record for a long time by myself. And then when it was at about like 75% done, I started bringing them in to come up with parts. And so like Michael drumming, and at the time Darby was still playing trumpet and banjo, so he was putting down those parts, and Justin was playing bass. I had an idea of where I wanted them to be playing, but I left what the part itself was up to them. And I don't think it'll work that way in the future per se. No. We're not writing anything right now. But I think it'll be much more collaborative in the future now that we've really solidified ourselves as a band more than a solo project with like contributors.